It's about habits. How do you build a habit? Well, you keep doing it over and over and over, and you practice. Practice it. Because how did you get a bad habit? How did you do it? Well, if you accidentally did it, then you kept doing it, and you kept doing it, and you kept doing it until eventually it was a habit. That's how you build good habits too. You say, okay, in my example, I have a habit of interrupting people, and I hate that. Well, how do I get the opposite? Well, it's simple. I practice. I practice shutting the fuck up sometimes, just listening. You do practice it with people. You actually talk with people, going in with in your mind thinking, okay, I want to listen. Now, the same is true with anything else. If you have a bad habit and you want to replace it with a good habit, practice. You can do it. I believe in you guys. I'm working on it, and if I can do it, I know you can. So that's true with anything. You practice. If you have something you want to overcome your social anxiety, yes, that does count as a smaller goal. Just practice. But you don't force yourself into the biggest situation possible. Practice something that only is slightly uncomfortable. Not something that's going to make you freak out, but something that's slightly uncomfortable. Something that's just slightly socially anxious. You want to work slow and small first, right? And practice. Practice until you get over it. But you got to also think some of these things are things within. You might have a reason for it. So sometimes what you need to do is what I call meditation. But you're going to sit quietly in your room and think for a minute. Think about whatever you want to think about. Just relax yourself and think about the things that you have on your mind. And if you want to, you can meditate on specific things. So just let your mind wander and think about, why do I act this way? Why do I think this way? What do I feel? But without making yourself anxious. Like, don't think it matters. It doesn't matter right now. You need to relax yourself and think, what do I want? What do I think I want? What should I want? What do I genuinely want? And why do I want it? And how do I do it? And instead of rushing and panicking, just listen to some relaxing music, or the sounds of the ocean, or the sounds of the beach, or the sounds of nature and the birds, something that relaxes you. And just let yourself quietly think about it forever, however long you have. Just think about it. Just think. You'd be surprised how much you can achieve by just sitting in some quiet room with something relaxing like sounds or music. Just let yourself think about it. Just think about it. You don't have to rush to a decision. You don't have to instantly know what you're doing. Just think about it. Okay, when I say meditate, I don't mean sit in silence and think about nothing. Because some people say meditating is thinking about nothing. No. You can have my version of meditating, which is that you just calmly think about it. And Ray, and Lily, whatever, if you want practice on meditating, remember what I said about habits and practice? Don't meditate on something specific. Just sit calmly. One idea, sit in a bath with some hot water or take a hot shower. That's a good way to practice. And then just think about whatever you want. It doesn't have to be anything specific. Just let your mind wander. Think about whatever you want. Just let your mind wander and think about whatever you want. Anything. But even if it is negative, it depends. Are you trying to work it out? If you're just panicking and freaking out, no, not that kind. But if it's something negative and you want to work it out or think about it, you can think about it. That could really help. If it's something positive, enjoy it. Just calmly think about whatever it is you want to think about. Just let your brain wander and do it as much as you want. Think about whatever the crap it wants. That's also a way to do it. Just let your brain wander. and just close out thinking about 5,000 things at once. Because I know my head does that. It'll think about 5 things at once or 3 things at once. Try to focus it down to 2 or even 1 if possible. Like me, I usually, when I'm meditating, I narrow it down to 1 theme song, because usually I have music in my head, and then 1 other thought that is my main thought. And that's what I'll do. You can narrow it down to less thoughts and just relax and let that thought play out. That's a way to practice it. Just think about whatever your brain wants to think about and just let it play out as much as it wants until it goes to another thought, and let that one play out as much as it wants to. Just let your brain think about whatever it wants to think about until it's done, and then think about whatever it wants to think about next until it's done. And just relax. And if you need to, you can set a timer. Like if you have a time limit and you need to go do something, set a timer, you know? You don't know what you want. There's 2 types: who wants to escape from this hellish mindset, and the others basically want to destroy you. Okay, well, I would say don't listen to the destroy yourself one, but escape from this hellish mindset. Why not think on it? Think on it for a while. Like, you know, meditate on it, as they say. Let your brain think on how you want to change your mindset, what you want to do. What do you want to change it to? Think about it. What is it you want specifically? Not just any change. What's the specific change you want to change, right? Is there something you want to change? Okay, what do you want to change it to? For example, I want to listen to people. It's not just I want to stop interrupting people. Well, yeah, but how do you do that? You listen to people. So I need you to do that. Don't just say you want to escape the hellish mindset. What mindset do you want? And that's what you're going to start thinking. I want this mindset. That's what you do. I want this mindset. I want this mindset. This is the mindset I want. That's what you're going to start telling yourself. Think on the mindset that you do want, and that's what you're going to focus on. Instead of, I don't want this other mindset. Okay, you don't want that. But what's the mindset you do want? Think about it for a while. And really, really let your brain just think about it for a while. And then that's where you're going to focus your attention. I want this mindset. That's where your brain's going to start going. I want this. And do you remember what I said about smaller goals? It's just like your big dream or your big goal. You're going to keep doing it until you get it, no matter what. It doesn't matter what goes wrong. It's going to suck, sure. Life's going to suck ass sometimes, but you're going to stick with it. If that's what you want, keep doing it. You got this. I don't know about in real life, because in real life, it can be rough. You have to go out and meet people and all that crap. But in your own way, you're not alone. Look right now, Polar Wolf. How many people are in that chat? Me, and then there's Kez and Lily and Sai. You're not alone. You have us. Yeah, it's not in person, but we're still here. You're not alone. So anytime your brain says you'll be alone forever, you're going to tell your brain, no, I have this friend and this friend. Which friends matter most to you that you do have? Who are they? It doesn't have to be me. It doesn't have to be Sai. It doesn't have to be Kez. It doesn't have to be anyone here. Who are the friends that you do have that matter to you? Now, anytime your brain says, I'll be alone forever, you're going to say, no, I am not alone. And you're going to tell yourself a list of the friends that you do have right now that you do care about. And you're going to say, let's say it was May. I don't know why, but we'll pretend it was May. And we'll pretend another one was me. I'm not saying it is, and it's okay if it's not, but this is just an example. You're going to say, I have May, and I have Traveler, and we'll pretend another one's Cormishi. It doesn't have to be Cormishi. This is just an example. I have May, and I have Traveler, and I have Cormishi. And if it was those 3 people, you're going to list those 3 people. And if it's somebody else, list those other people. That's okay. And anytime your brain says, I'm alone and I'll be alone forever, no, you won't. I have. You're going to list those friends every time in your head. And if you want to, if that's not enough, say it out loud. Find times when you're by yourself and nobody can hear you and say it out loud. Believe it or not, saying it out loud works even better than just in your head. I don't know why, I don't know how, but you say it out loud. You say, I have, and then list the friends you have that you care about. Every time. It does not matter. They are wrong. That voice is wrong. You are not alone. And you never have to be. Not truly. GF-less? Well, that one's different. We'll get to that in a moment. I feel like you're not improving anything, though. Your grades are going down. Oh. I told you. Life's gonna be a bitch. It's gonna be a dick. All you can do is you gotta keep trying anyway. Because life is gonna knock you down so many times. But the only thing you can do is get up again. Get up again. Life's not gonna be nice to you. Sometimes it has its nice moments, and those are what you focus on. But when it's a bad moment and you can't do anything about it, you accept it. But you keep trying to make it better, because sooner or later it will get better. If you keep trying, sooner or later it will. Right now you might not be able to do anything about it, but some point you will. So you keep trying. You got this, Sai. I believe in you. Now, as for Kez, you're gonna call your dad. Your dad's in here and always stay about. Okay, enjoy your call with your dad. All right, and Polar Wolf GF-less? Now that one's interesting. Okay. You have to tell yourself that you're not gonna give up. It's just like any goal. You're gonna tell yourself, yeah, I am single, but not forever. I'm gonna keep trying. Just like the goal I said, you keep trying, no matter how hard life gets. And you know what else? You gotta tell yourself that you can also be happy regardless. You have to tell yourself you are not giving up. You are not giving up, but that you're also gonna be happy regardless. That regardless if you get that girlfriend, yeah, it hurts. It hurts a lot. It's like, God dang, I want a girlfriend. I don't want to be alone. I want to have a girlfriend. I get that. I've been through that. I'm still going through that. But you know what you tell yourself? You tell yourself, I'm going to be happy no matter what happens. I'm going to keep trying. I'm not going to give up. And I'm gonna have a girlfriend sooner or later. I'm gonna. You tell yourself that. And say it out loud if you have to. And it'll help even more if you say it out loud. I'm gonna get a girlfriend. Maybe not now, but I'm gonna get one. And you're also gonna tell yourself, I'm gonna be happy even before that. I choose to be happy, regardless. But yeah, you just can't give up, you know? That's just how life is. You have to keep trying. No matter how hard life gets. It's not going to be easy on you. It never will. Maybe. Well, maybe it will have its easy moments. And those are nice. Ride those out. But it's never going to stay easy. There's going to be hardship no matter what. That's life. Even people with a lot of money have problems. People who are poor have problems, obviously. But anything in between. Everybody's got issues. Everyone's got problems. It's just, how do you choose to handle it? How are you going to handle it? What are you going to do about it? Well, I've given you guys the instructions right here.